We check out a variety of different products here on the Electric Flamingo channel. Most notably, one of the things I've been doing a lot of recently are things like this little XLR wireless systems. And today we're checking out this one by Aroma, the ARC2 wireless system, but we're gonna put it to the test in a little bit of a different way. Instead of taking it out to one of my DJ events, we're gonna stick in my Pink Room of Doom and see how it works in a recording context. So first and foremost, Aroma, Ulumac, whatever they're called, they did send out this product for me to check out, so thank you very much. There are links in the description if you want to go check one of these out for yourself. As you can see, it's still wrapped in the cellophane right there, so we're going to go ahead and unbox this thing, see what we get inside. All right, so opening the box, it looks like we have our little operator's manual. We have another USB-C cable. I've got a million of those kicking around, but it's good that you get one so you can charge the units, obviously. Very nice kind of fitted padding in there, and then you get the units themselves. So they come wrapped individually like this, which we're going to now individually unwrap them and take a look at them componently. So there we go, there's the receiver. So in the hand, it feels like it's pretty nice, actually. Feels very similar to my Joyo MW1 that I use pretty much on a weekly basis. I did do a video on the MW2, which is like the updated version of that if you want to check that out too. But this one looks like I accidentally turned it on, taking it out. But there you go. So there's the transmitter, there's the receiver. This is what you would plug into the microphone with a little button there that disconnects it. So that's the transmitter, that's the receiver. That's what you plug into your source that you want to get your audio to. Thus far, quality-wise, they feel fine. You probably should charge them before you use them, which I will probably do before we go any further in the video. The reason that I want to test it out in a recording context is because every time I seem to use a wireless system in that context, like with recording guitar or anything like that, people sit and say that it sucks the tone out of your signal, which I can kind of get that concept a little bit, but I don't necessarily believe that that's true to the extent that these people make it seem like it is. So I want to see if using this wireless system, if we notice any dramatic shifts in tone, which I'll explain the setup as we get into it, but essentially what it's going to be is I'm going to go hardwired, just guitar to a multi-effects pedal to my DAW, so wired up, and then we're going to go wireless with me plugged straight into my multi-effects pedal. And then we'll use this to transmit the signal to my DAW to see if we notice any dramatic shifts in recording tone or signal. All right, so now I'm back. Let's go ahead and check out the difference, if there is one, between a hardwired XLR versus a wireless XLR. So here's the quick setup really quickly, as I mentioned before. So I've got my Silvertone baritone, absolutely gorgeous guitar. You should actually go check out the video that I did on this because it sounds absolutely beautiful, as we hear in just a second. We're running into the Donner Arena 2000, which I have a video on that if you want to check that out as well. And we're hardwired, so running an XLR cable through the mono out on the Donner Arena 2000 into my MOVO Phantom, which is running into Reaper. So that's my really quick setup, and this is the tone that I got right now. Listen how beautiful this sounds. Well, it sounded beautiful up until I just flubbed it at the end, but that's okay. But you get the point. It sounds good just plugged in, as you would expect, right? You're not getting any weird latency, no weird crackling or any issues like that. If you did, you would know that it's your cable somewhere in your chain. So there we go. So you can see that it sounds good that way. Let's do a quick shift here. We'll plug this in. I'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll do a back-to-back comparison where I'm not talking in between, so you can be the judge for yourself if there actually is a difference. All right, so now I'm back, and as you can see, we have the transmitter plugged into the Arena 2000, which is right here by my lovely body. And now we have the receiver straight into the MOVO Phantom, and immediately off the bat, just checking for a signal, I noticed that it seems like it's a bit louder. Maybe the signal is just slightly hotter. But I gotta say right off the bat, I'm not noticing any latency. I'm not noticing any like weird noises or anything like that. If anything, the tone sounds about the same, maybe if not slightly better. I know I just keep playing the same chord, but that you can't deny that that chord just sounds beautiful in the Silvertone. Lovely. Anyway, so let's do a quick back-to-back. I may even do a blind test just to see if you can decide which signal is which. In fact, let's do that. Let's do a blind test. So I'm gonna give you an A and a B. You're not gonna know which signal is which. I will play on camera because there's nothing to hide there. But you tell me in the comments, and I'll reveal at the end which one you think is the wireless system and which one you think is the wired, direct, straight-in XLR cable into the MOVO Phantom. Let's get into it. So did you figure out which one was which in the blind test? Which one was A, which one was B? I'll give you another second to go back and listen to them to be absolutely sure before you leave me a comment and tell me which one was which. I'll wait. You back? Good. Clip A was obviously the Aroma. A for Aroma. See what I did there? And B was the XLR cable that was plugged straight in. Now, if you had paid attention to what I said, you may have picked up that the signal on the clip A was hotter. And that was just, you know, when I plugged it in, I noticed that. And it's visual in my DAW. You can probably see back there on the screen, the bottom track is the Aroma track. Now, again, I plugged that straight in. I didn't mess with any settings or anything. It was just louder, which is good, really, because I've noticed, again, with some of these wireless systems, some of them can be rather quiet, and you have to boost the gain on your mixer or on your interface or whatever the case may be, and that can tend to screw with some other settings, at least in my experience, right? Your mileage may vary with some of these things, but thus far the ARC2, I don't know if that's either way, the wireless system that Aroma offers seems to do the job very well, and it seems like it works, again, in a recording context, in a recording studio. So if you want to cut down on some wires, if you don't have a lot of interference going on and things like that, definitely check out the Aroma ARC2. I think that that's a good budget wireless system, and it seems like it would work in tandem with other wireless systems too. And again, you have 7 channels on this, so you can buy multiple of these and have multiple of these running, and you shouldn't have any issues. But obviously that's not a concrete thing to take into consideration. There are channels there in case you're in an area where, you know, one channel doesn't work and you need to, you know, radio interference and all that good stuff. But again, there are links in the description if you want to check out any of the products featured in this video, the Silvertone, the Donner, especially the Aroma. Check it out. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and thank you, Aroma, Ulumac, for whichever one you're called. I'm sorry if I've called you the wrong one. Thank you for continuing to support the channel and sending this out. Greatly appreciate it. Again, links in the description. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.